Why do we derive pleasure from others' misfortune? Today, we're diving into something that might feel a little uncomfortable. Schadenfreude, which literally means feeling of pleasure we get when someone else experiences misfortune. Whether it's a rival falling from grace or a celebrity facing a public scandal, most of us have felt it at some point. But why does it happen? What does it say about us as humans? And is there any link to something deeper like our sexuality? Let's find out in today's discussion.
Hello and welcome to Gunset, a channel for intelligent and curious people like you. Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support.
To start with, what is schadenfreude? We need to understand it first, right? Therefore, first things first, let us dig deep and try to understand what is schadenfreude. Firstly, the word comes from German, and it literally translates to harm, schaden, and joy, freude. It's the feeling of pleasure or satisfaction when someone else suffers, fails, or faces an unfortunate situation. Secondly, this is a universal emotion that's been explored in both psychology and philosophy. Thirdly, it's often seen as a taboo topic because, let's face it, it's not exactly something we like to admit. But the real question is, why do we feel pleasure from others' misfortune? Why does this happen? Why do we feel a strange sense of pleasure when someone else suffers? Let's break it down in several sections. In section 1, we will see the comparison and our social standing. One of the main reasons we experience schadenfreude is due to comparison. Humans are social animals, and we naturally compare ourselves to others. Psychologists suggest that when someone else fails, especially someone we see as a rival or competitor, we feel better about our own situation. In this regard, a well-known theory by social psychologist Robert G. Hare explains that we measure our success by how others perform. So, if someone else stumbles, it's like we've taken a step ahead. It's a defense mechanism, almost like protecting our self-esteem by feeling superior. However, what is the role of justice and moral superiority? Another explanation is linked to our sense of justice. According to research by Benedict R. C. F. D. Schmidt and Karsten K. W. de Kramer, when people believe someone got what they deserved, especially if they've behaved badly or unfairly, they may feel satisfaction when that person suffers. It's the idea that karma has come around to balance things out. Subsequently, we feel that everyone gets what they deserve. Moreover, they get it in this life. It's because we're wired to feel a sense of justice. So when someone who we think deserves bad luck gets it, we experience what psychologists call moral superiority. This boosts our feeling of being on the right side of things. By the way, there is another theory that goes around, and that is Ingroup versus outgroup dynamics. What is that? Well, think of this situation. Have you ever felt a little bit of joy when someone from an opposing group fails? This has a lot to do with what's called in-group versus out-group dynamics. We tend to feel connected and loyal to people who are like us, our in-group, family, friends, or shared groups, and we often feel some distance from those in the out-group. In this regard, research by Tanya L. van der Veen and colleagues has shown that we're more likely to feel schadenfreude towards someone who belongs to an outgroup, especially if we feel that person has done something to threaten us or our group. When that person faces misfortune, it may feel like a win for our group. This dynamic is rooted in evolutionary psychology, where cooperation within groups was crucial for survival. Now come to another important question. Is schadenfreude linked to our sexuality? In short, could schadenfreude have any roots in our sexuality or sexual competition? At first glance, it may seem far-fetched, but some theories suggest that it might. Sexual competition in evolutionary terms is about securing resources and mates. If someone else, especially a rival, faces misfortune, it could indirectly boost our chances of success. This idea is tied to what David M. Buss calls mate competition theory. In this theory, seeing a rival fail in a certain context could enhance our own position in the mating hierarchy. It's a natural and biological process, and we are wired to it. However, it's important to note that while this theory has been proposed, the link between schadenfreude and sexuality isn't fully confirmed by research. What we do know is that schadenfreude is a complex emotion that goes far beyond just sexual competition. Consequently, people often wonder what are the psychological theories behind schadenfreude. Let's break down some of the psychological theories behind schadenfreude. Firstly, there is the schadenfreude pride link. Let's try to explain it first. Researchers like Wilco W. Van Dyke and Stefano G. C. V. T. Klooster have looked into how emotions like pride and schadenfreude can be connected. When we see someone fall and it makes us feel superior, that can trigger feelings of pride. It's like our self-esteem gets a little boost. Because this connection may stem from our desire to maintain a positive self-image and the need to feel in control of our own fate. If someone else's misfortune somehow gives us a sense of validation or control, that can trigger schadenfreude. Secondly, there is the dark triad of personality. Some research also links schadenfreude to certain personality traits, particularly the dark triad, which we are associated with narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Because of these traits, people tend to take pleasure in others' misfortune more frequently. They may be more likely to feel competitive and less empathetic toward others. That is why psychologist Delroy L. Paulhus has studied these personality traits extensively. His work suggests that people with higher levels of narcissism or Machiavellianism are more prone to experience schadenfreude, particularly when they feel their own status or success is threatened. Most importantly, we must know whether schadenfreude is harmful or healthy, because you might be wondering, is schadenfreude bad? Or is it something we should feel guilty about? We'll try to find out the answer. However, the answer isn't entirely clear-cut. Why? On one hand, excessive schadenfreude can harm relationships and contribute to negative feelings like resentment and jealousy. On the other hand, mild feelings of schadenfreude can act as a coping mechanism, helping us navigate complex social dynamics. However, it's essential to strike a balance. Being aware of these feelings and understanding their roots can help us manage them in healthier ways. To wrap it up, schadenfreude is a complex emotion rooted in several psychological and evolutionary factors. Whether it's about social comparison, moral superiority, or even sexual competition, it's clear that this feeling has deep roots in human nature. It's something we all experience to some degree, but being mindful of it can help us understand our emotions better and avoid the negative consequences that can arise from it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the bell icon to get notified, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Keep watching Wooden Slate. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.